What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? So married to fucking medicine. Listen, this episode kind of tried my nerves because nothing really happened until the last 15 minutes of the show. Okay. You had Dr. Heavenly doing her job. She had Tawanda Braxton up in there, all up in her mouth, fixing her crown and stuff. Cool, whatever. Dr. Jackie, you going on this fake ass date with Curtis and that mole. Bitch, every time I see Curtis, I feel like I'm Austin Powers and Goldmember when they was like, we gonna bring in the new mole. That dude came up in there, Fred Savage. That thing right here. He was like, Molly, 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 Molly. I want to flick it. I want to flick it, okay? He think he cute or whatever, trying to get back in her pants, trying to get back in her good graces, thinking a trip to Paris is gonna make it all good or whatever, or it's the first steps and all this shit. I want to take you to the first place that we ever went on a trip to when we were together, to Paris. And Jackie like, he fluent in French and shit like that. He know different places to go. I don't give a fuck, Jackie. Quit playing. We already know y'all getting a divorce. You said on Watch What Happened Live. Now I'm confused. You said on Watch What Happened Live that you filed or was gonna get a divorce, and you came to that conclusion 3 days after all this shit happened. Okay, so what the fuck is this going on? Is this real or is this fake? All right, that's why I said you keep fake entertaining this shit for fucking TV. Any fucking way. Moving on from that bullshit. Um, we got Dr. Contessa and her husband. They going out on a date. They reminiscing how date night used to be back in the day. Date night used to be, Victoria's Secret win night and all that shit. Knock it out at the park and stuff. That's cute. That's what couples supposed to do. But her whole thing is, you know, she brought the mood down a little bit because she was just in her feelings about the whole, being at home less and not being with the kids and seeing their events. And it's like I said last week, juggling, wanting to be that working mother, okay? And she either want to stop working for a time being or just take some time off just a little bit or, cut back. And her husband is like, I understand that. And like she made a good point, you know, they always put it out there as mommy guilt, okay? They don't never say anything about daddy guilt because they don't really have it, or if they do have it, they don't make it such a big deal, you know. Um, I got this shea butter on my hair and to rub it in. But anyway, so they don't really make it such a big deal if the father is in the household and always spending time with the kid or whatever, which is unfortunate because there are a lot of fathers out here who do spend a lot of time with their kids and who are for their children. But, they don't make it such a big deal. But when a woman is out here, working, they make her feel so guilty about not being around as much as y'all claim or think that one's supposed to be because she technically is the mother and that is technically her job, as if we in the 1950s on back, okay? Get up out that bullshit. So therefore that instance and that feeling of mommy guilt keeps coming in. And plus it's a maternal thing, okay? You gave birth to this person, you carried this person for 9 months. Of course you're gonna feel that type of attachment. And he was like, I understand what you're coming from, but this would have worked probably 2 years ago, 2, 3 years ago. Okay, but now we got this big ass house to pay for. We need two incomes. She was like, bitch, I ain't trying to stop now. I'm just saying, throwing it out there in the atmosphere. But it was something that, they had to discuss, and this is what's going on. I actually do like Contessa and her husband, in that storyline because at this point in time, they're not as messy yet. Maybe give her till next season. If she comes back, she in the credits and shit. So maybe if she pop up next season, we probably gonna get some mess, all right? Speaking of mess, has anybody checked in on Lisa Nicole and Darren lately? Tell that bitch that you got a fucking wife, okay? Tell that bitch that you was just fucking around and you ain't gonna see that hoe no more. My wife said that you a bitch and I'm not gonna be able to see you anymore and I'm married. Darren tried it on that voice message, and Lisa Nicole, you should be ashamed of yourself. Any fucking way. They should have brought them back. Not at all. Bitch. Do you realize how lit I would have been had Lisa Nicole in there? I can't stand them, but had they been back on the show, bitch, it really gave us so much material to go the fuck off on their asses. Okay, I ain't, because sometimes, people just need to see the truth thrown right in their face, okay, and let people tell it to them, okay. But anyway, you got Cecil and Simone. He's talking to her about this Kids Force app, and I guess it's like, from what I'm getting from it, is people post job posts on the app, and it's for kids to, like, step out and try to get a job and build up their resume and stuff like that, and their experience. Like when you tell your kid you 16, 15 years old, get your ass out there and get a job if you want a little something, get you a little chump change. You know what I'm saying? So it's stuff like that. His friend comes over, who is actually his business partner, Reed, and try to talk to Simone about it. They really got to convince Simone. Simone is not 100% on board with the thing. She says she's 75%, but they got to convince her. And plus, Reed wants her to be the face of the app, because he figured, which is kind of true, especially when you're dealing with kids, you want a friendly, motherly type of figure, meaning a woman on the face, so that it can be inviting and make it seem as if it's, really safe and kids friendly, and this is a good idea. And so they're gonna do a little premiere of it at this little restaurant or whatever the fuck. Get all the friends and family, look at it, put it out there, explain it, and go through a little run through. So, at least they not fighting. Then we got Toya and what's his name? Eugene. They talking to their real estate person about the house that they first had, the house that they got married in, they had the kids in, that house that they moved out of. Which, see, this is the part that I don't understand. They could have stayed in that house. Okay, they could have stayed in that house. You have two boys, and it's y'all two. You mean to tell me that house really wasn't big enough for all four of y'all to be up in there? Because from my look in my eyes, it looked big enough, okay? And you went to another house, got yourself into debt, and then you left that house to go to another house. Plus, you still have this house that you originally had and that you own, and you're renting out, okay? You're leasing out, trying to get money off of that, but you're really not making any money, and you was leasing that for like the past 3 years. Now the person who was leasing that, they don't want to renew it, and so you're trying to see what to do with the house. You bought the house for $575,000. You expecting Toya, your dumb ass is expecting to get all that money back if you sell the house. I literally said, before they said anything about selling, sell the fucking house, get whatever money that you get from that, and put it on fucking Eugene's debt. Okay? So that he won't have to work himself to fucking death to pay this shit, because you ain't working, Toya. Like, what the fuck? I know we want to make profits off of stuff, but I would rather just make something at this moment. I would be okay with making something and clearing that debt, and I don't care if I only have like $1,000 left. Bitch, I ain't got that debt on my back no more. Okay? My next paycheck could come in and I'll have a little change in my pocket, and I can start all over again with savings and shit like that. It is not too fucking late, and they have to be fucking reasonable. I understand you try to make money in this real estate market, and like Eugene said, bitch, this ain't 2008. We can't make no money like that in the real estate, on this shit. This ain't, when the house. I said, baby, 2008 was around the time the market bubble bust. Okay, you mean go up a little bit, go back a little bit further, probably 2005, 2002, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But Toya, you talking about something? I don't like to see Eugene stressed out and all the stuff that he doing. And I said, well, bitch, what are you doing to help but complaining? What are you doing to help? Now, one time have we ever seen this girl even offer to get a fucking job, part-time job or something to help put on? And like, girl, you can use that little part-time money to pay for your shit, your toiletries, get the groceries, okay? You can do all of that, instead of just putting all this on that man. I get it. He the head of the household. But ain't no way in hell, if I was a straight person, okay? And if I was in a marriage with a man, well, that's what that means, being straight. Okay, if that was the case, there is no way in hell, even if I'm in a relationship with married to a woman or whatever, we both gonna have jobs. I will never ever make it that I'm gonna be the only one that's not working and you gonna be providing. No, I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair at all. If you got two able-bodied adults up in the household, you need to all be working so that y'all can both have Anyway, you know when you get shit that just catch you off guard. Damn. Okay. That was a good damn. You fucking right. Anyway, moving on. Like, I just not here for that. Everybody, because I feel like, even though sometimes it may take a little bit of time away, it's still making sure that you financially secure, and you can plan stuff. And I think it'll give you more time, depending on what it is. And I get it. She's an at-home mom, and y'all say it's a lot of work. It is a lot of work to be, a mother and all that shit. But girl, a housewife or whatever. But whatever. Sell that fucking house. That bitch said she wanted to get the whole 575,000 back. The real estate told him, "Oh no, girl, you probably gonna get 535, 525." I said, "No, duh, bitch." She said she thought the house was gonna make money. No, girl. Once you get into something, it depreciates. Okay, that bitch. Something. But that's why once you get a car off the lot, it's no longer a new car. Okay. And if you brought that bitch for, $3,000, you go sell that bitch, you're not gonna sell it for $3,000 unless it's a vintage, okay? It's gonna decrease in value, all right? Once you move it off the lot, it decreases in value, okay? Same thing with a fucking house like that. Bitch, girl, whatever. Moving on from that, um, okay. That shit really just knocked me off my Stop that. So, Quad, she was out here doing her little cooking segment on some morning show with Emily or whatever, Ryan Dennis or whatever. She was doing that. I want to try that. You know what? Quad be cooking some healthy looking stuff, okay? Like some fish and some chicken. Like she made some chicken wraps, lettuce chicken wraps. I think I just might look into getting her book and see what it's all about. Because, I'm on this healthy eating kick or whatever. Bitch, I lost 5 more pounds. I meant to tell y'all that. I'm feeling good about myself and shit. About to go get this hair done. As you see, I washed this shit. That's why it's looking like this. It's smelling good. Still looking good, bitch. Okay? But, it is what it is. She was doing that, and that was cute. At least she wasn't on here complaining about Dr. Greg, because I was tired about that. We gonna be seeing that next week. Then we get Simone and Heavenly in the car dropping the kids off. Her youngest Michael and is it Michael or Cal? The youngest one that Simone had, and Alora. Okay, now when she dropped them kids off, Heavenly turned around and said, "You just turned into such a lovely young man, because you was funny looking when you was younger. You was." I said, "Heavenly, even though you kind of telling the truth." And Michael, now see, the little boy, he agreed with it, okay? So that's what made it more funny to me, and I wasn't taken aback or offended by it. And Simone know how Heavenly is, and I said, "You said that shit right in front of her face. Bitch, Michael said, "No, I agree because I had them goggles on and all that shit." But see, the females like that stuff and all. I said, "Little boy, get your ass up in school. Get in the classroom, okay?" Simone said, "What if I would have said something about Alora looking funny looking?" Alora said, "Please don't. Please don't." Alora was the only adult up in that car at that moment, okay? But at this moment, this is when Heavenly wanted to suggest that, hey, since you and Cecil over there having fucking problems in your relationship, me and I'm a relationship expert, I'm taking over the couples trip. Okay, I said, damn, just hijack the shit, give a reason, whatever. Okay, but it's cute. Everybody, I feel like if y'all in a group and this what y'all do, everybody should have a chance to just, plan a trip each year. This year you, this year you, this year you. Okay? But, Simone was like, "Girl, I don't get it because you got your anger problem, but we'll see what you do." And so, she want to do Barbados because her husband is got family in Barbados and he hasn't been there in a long time, so or visit him in a long time, so they're gonna do that. And so when this whole thing with the trip is like, who are you gonna invite? She's gonna invite everybody that she wants to invite. Now this is where the episode starts to get fucked up for me. So Cecil is starting to have this the premiere and grand opening of the little app thing, the showing of the app, and him and his brother show up. I said, David, Cecil was not a bad looking guy. And Simone and Cecil, they real cute together. And he was like, "This is my brother David." I said, "Come through, chocolate. David, come be my stepdaddy." But what is it that you do? Like, are you secure, like secure financially? Because we don't need no problems over here. I just need my mama to have a good man. That's it. But Rick Ross' baby mama said that his first baby mama got pregnant. Her first child was by her mother's husband, which means either that was, I'm going to infer and assume that that's the stepdaddy and not her daddy. Bitch, I was looking at that shit like, what the hell is going on? They so old and so trifling for that shit. But anyway, so, they get to the app thing and they trying to talk about it. Mariah shows up. Everybody shows up. Choir shows up late. And I'm just going to fast forward some shit. Now, they all talking about this whole thing with Mariah. And I didn't appreciate. Well, let me just get the app shit out the way. They finally sit down and they looking at the app and, going over some of the stuff, looking at the little preview, having Simone come up there. She's the spokeswoman. And it was irking. No, Choir came in late as shit. But soon as she came in, she interrupted and asked a good question. She said, "What are you doing about to prevent, sex offenders coming on this app and trying to lure kids and stuff like that?" That was a good question. To me, that made up a little bit for that bitch being late. Contessa, why did it bother you so much that Quiet was late? Okay, ain't nobody else have a problem with it. They probably knew that bitch was gonna be late or knew that's how that bitch was. Okay, it really irked your soul that much. Like, if a bitch is late, as long as I'm there and it ain't got shit to do with her, I don't care. She showed the fuck up. But anyway, like I said, Mariah and I don't know if that girl's her sister or whatever the fuck. Now, bitch, was about to say that you fine as fuck. Chocolate sister that was with Mariah. But see, y'all on the same wavelength, and I don't like Mariah, so therefore I don't fuck with you either, okay? It's just gonna be like that, because I just didn't fuck with this whole thing. I was not here for none of this that happened when they sat down and they was trying to get Dr. Heavenly to invite Mariah on this trip. Trying to talk about something, but y'all be seeing y'all cordial and that be meaning nothing. And Toya I don't even have to reiterate the whole conversation. My whole thing is this. Toya, you want everybody to be cool with Mariah. You want Heavenly to be cool with Mariah. You want Heavenly to invite Mariah. Simone, you also want everybody to come together on this couples trip because that's what y'all used to. But here's the thing. Toya, get it into that dumbass brain of yours and understand that just because you're okay with Mariah, that does not mean that everybody else is going to be okay with that girl. That does not mean that everybody else wants to be friends with that girl. That does not mean that everybody else needs to be friends with that girl, okay? Everyone is not meant to be friends with everyone, okay? There are going to be people that's not going to like you, and you're going to have friends that don't like each other, and that is totally fine, okay? You don't have to keep putting them into the same space as if, that's going to make things better. No, that's going to make the issue worse because they don't fuck with each other. And I just felt like that whole last part, that was nothing but fucking peer pressure. They was peer pressuring the fuck out of Heavenly. And Dr. Heavenly ain't even my fucking favorite. The bitch be getting on my nerves most of the time. But they was peer pressuring the fuck out of that girl to invite Mariah on this trip. Okay? Mind you, they cleared it up and said now it's Heavenly's trip. Now, if it's Heavenly's trip, that means Heavenly can invite whoever the fuck it is she want to invite. Okay? And that's what irks me. This is why I could never do a reality TV show, even if I was offered, even if I wanted to, because the shit be fake. They force them to get into situations, and this is what they sign up for. I cannot sign my name on no dotted line and saying that I must film with a bitch or go on a trip with a bitch that I don't fucking stand. I don't like or I can't stand. No, you won't ever get me to do that because that's fake as fuck. I'm not finna be around you being fake nice or whatever. And then when I call you out your fucking name because we get into it, I'm the fucking bad guy like they did Heavenly. Yeah, Heavenly got a mouth on her, okay? Heavenly say a lot of fucked up shit. We ain't even gonna fucking deny that shit. And we gonna call her on that and hold her to it, alright? But Heavenly did try to apologize, and Mariah did hold that against her still. And Mariah, you are no fucking victim, okay? You like to come on this bitch and act like you a fucking victim, act like everybody owes you a fucking apology, but yet you can never remember what it is that you done to other people to make them do what they did to you, bitch, okay? So once they apologize, you go and you still talk shit. Once you apologize, they still going, they talk shit. That means that y'all ain't gonna ever be cool, okay? Let the shit go and move on with your fucking life, all right? Why are you trying so hard? And what's the point? I don't fucking get it. And I don't care what the Mariah stands have to say if the bitch got stands. But I don't care. I don't like the bitch. Okay. Heavenly had every right not to invite the bitch. But of course, Simone and then want to peer pressure her into inviting her. Like, all of y'all don't even fucking really like the bitch, okay? Jackie don't fuck with her like that. Simone, you barely fuck with her like that. Toya, you good, because ain't no way I'm going to get into a fight with a bitch and her mama hit me in the head with a fucking pocketbook and I'm going to still be cool with her. Fuck all that shit. What's the purpose, okay? I'm still going to hold a grudge on that. I can't. Once we get physical, it's over and it's really done with, okay? She talking about some just don't say they Heavenly finally went over there and said, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna invite the bitch on a trip and I'm gonna apologize, but she don't ever wanna acknowledge or apologize for the shit that she do. Mariah talking about something, you don't apologize to somebody to expect an apology. You do it sincerely. Heavenly, you do the same thing. Mariah, you do the same thing. Okay? And then Heavenly was like, okay, so we going to Barbados and I want you to come. She was like, well, I really know that you don't want me to come, but I just want to put down some guidelines. Don't talk about kids and don't talk about mamas and all this shit. And from there, she couldn't just let that shit go. She started up again when she put that out there. Okay, y'all trying to get on an even footing and you just tip that to something else, and of course that set Heavenly off, and I don't even remember what the fuck was said, but next thing you know, Heavenly was like, girl, I don't give a fuck, you bitch. Okay, she was like, bitch. She was like, hell yeah, bitch. Dr. Heavenly said, you didn't heard worse words like that before. And she's like, your mother a bitch too. And at this point in time, because of the way that it transpired, I'm not here for people calling people mamas, but at this point, fuck your mama, Mariah. I don't care. I don't care. Like, you are a bitch and your mama a bitch too. Okay? Bitches breed bitches, okay? And some people might be like, Ashley, that's wrong or whatever. You don't talk about nobody mom and all that shit. I don't give a fuck. And usually I say the same damn thing. But in this situation, it's fuck all of them over there. Because here's the thing. You want to get upset because, oh, they talk shit. Oh, she did this. And you don't apologize. And you're not sincere. But Mariah is literally, soon as the episodes go off, I see always tweeted on my fucking timeline, Mariah doing a live stream or whatever, some shit, discussing the episode, or people putting clips of her talking shit about damn near everybody on the fucking cast, especially Heavenly. And so you want to get in your feelings because she feel the way that she feel, but yet you still dogging her too? Like, y'all both still dogging each other. That's why I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about neither one of them. But in this case, I really don't give a fuck about Mariah. So y'all tell me how y'all felt about the episode, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.